Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Gamer's Ledge. My name is Mark, and I am your host, but also DM this evening as we return to our Emancipation of Dragons story, where last we left off. The team had attended a book signing party for Volo, which was also his birthday party, where he was murdered. And they managed to actually suss out who did it, save the day, and return the party from another dimensional plane. And in doing so, they enlisted some aid, and Volo was revived, and they had stayed with Volo to help him resuscitate and recover, for which he was very grateful. While you are there, you actually receive a missive from Durnan at the Yawning Portal to come see him as soon as possible. And what we will do at this point is join the menagerie as soon as I get this one, because it's not programmed in for remote. Yay! Hello, menagerie. If you could start in the top left and introduce yourselves.
My name is Sean. I'll be playing Methalus, the arcane trickster of Elven descent.
I'm Mitchell. I'll be playing Dryzen, the alchemist.
I'm Daniel, and I'll be playing the Yanti monk Zakusu.
Matt, and I am playing a Quark, the Aarakocran Ranger.
And that's our crew. And Lou is here, but he stepped away. He is playing Leonardo, the human wizard. And it does actually, with you on the mic here, it does sound like you're doing ASMR, kind of. You are like, I'm Dan, and I will be playing Zakusu.
Is it bad?
No, it's fantastic.
Okay.
I love it. So yes, you receive a missive that Durnan wishes to see all of you at the Yawning Portal at your earliest convenience. And while you have just received that message, you also receive a message via animal that scurries up to your leg mat. It is a small white cat that says, "We have need of you. You know where to find us," and scampers off.
That is strange. It almost seems that you are a cat magnet.
Well, I fear it
The
has more
bird
to
is a
do
cat
with
magnet.
Oh dear, more to do with the Emerald Enclave than me. But yes. So we shall have to venture over there at some point. Actually, which need do we think is more urgent? Oh, yeah, out of character. What did how urgent did the Durnan letter come off as?
His said, the messenger boy said that,
At your earliest convenience, I think?
at your earliest convenience, yes.
The cat did sound a bit more urgent. Did we want to head over to the Emerald Enclave first?
I mean, not all of us belong to that group, correct?
Right now, Matt Quark is the only one that belongs in that group of
But
those assembled.
they have openly welcomed the entire group previously, just regardless of membership.
They have.
But if we want to give equal attention to both, perhaps we should go to both.
I hate you so much. Out of character, I hate you so much. He's pressing my buttons.
I don't think
we're not going to split up the party, are we?
Reduced
No,
numbers,
no.
we are going to split up the party. No.
That is what I was
dear.
suggesting, but I do think it would be a bad idea with all of the
We're back.
additional threat drama that has been brought up recent. We left Volo in good hands, correct?
Volo is with you right here. And yes, he is in good hands. He is. He's at. You guys are at a very high end temple, deep within the city, and he's being cared for. In fact, he's being released probably later today.
Oh.
Because you guys have been here for 3 days. That's why I was saying before when Mitchell asked if you'd had a long rest. Yes, you've been here for 3 days with Volo because it took them. You got them to him like late on the first day. It took them a while to gather the necessary ingredients and what are you doing, Sean? You're like rubbing your microphone.
Sorry, I was putting it on mute. I didn't want to make extra noise. My bad.
Which of these two locations is closer? Perhaps we can make a loop.
The closer of the two would be the yawning portal. You guys are actually in the kind of the Castle Ward northwest side, so the yawning portal would be the closest of the two.
While we were resting, I did want to cast Find Familiar, so I have a familiar. I know I've never cast it, but I've had it the entire time.
Okay, and what familiar would you like to summon?
Oh, I forgot which one it was. Let me look. I believe spells. Find familiar. I think I wanted the poisonous snake.
All right, you have a poisonous snake. It slithers up your arm and coils around it. Or your leg. Your choice.
The arm is fine.
Okay. So it's completely up to you which way you guys decide you want to go first, but yes, that would be the closest one would be the yawning portal.
Well, personally, I feel like a drink and some raucous entertainment would be nice. But
So-
if we need to save the world from zombies or whatever,
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Perhaps as the letter to the Emerald Chain
Enclave.
Enclave.
Emerald Enclave, yes.
Perhaps we can go to the Yawning Portal, and if it seems that the business there is more entertainment or something that is not as important or pressing right now,
see what Durnan wants.
at a minimum, I will travel with you to the Enclave.
By the way, I did not mention to the rest of you before the stream, and my bad because we were having technical difficulties. There is a channel point redemption called Tutorm, which makes all of us drink and shout Tutorm. So just FYI, that is something that I have a feeling will happen here shortly. So if you have something to drink, that's great. I don't have anything to drink. Yep, there we got Tutorm. And do please remember to check in at the bottom.
Tutorum.
Dorm.
Tutorm.
Tutorm.
Sorry, I stepped out. Did we get a message from
Emerald Enclave and Durnan.
Got it. Thank you.
Both want to see us, but we don't know which one is actually important and which one is just entertainment.
So if we did a loop, the Yawning Portal is a little bit closer, so we figured we'd go there first. How do you feel about that, Leonardo?
Yeah, I am with that. I'm not much of an Emerald Enclave kind of guy. So Yawning Portal sounds good to me.
Perfect.
Off to the Yawning Portal we go.
As you all begin to leave the temple for the Yawning Portal, the blue spark sucks in Itali and Orwin. And Yes, I believe that was the current makeup of the party last we left off. And as you begin to head down to the yawning portal, you actually, when you get there, there are no bouncers outside. And
Does it sound like there's a big crowd inside?
No, in fact, you do not see the flicker of flames that you normally do. Kind of, when you're approaching the door, it kind of has, because of the way they have it built, there's a lot of light, a lot of flames. You usually see it kind of leaking out the sides of the door. You don't see that. And you don't hear anything from inside.
Oh, this is not what I was going for.
Vampires.
Are there any windows for like the higher floors inside of the yawning portal?
There are.
I'm gonna grab Tika and have her fly up and try to get a quick look inside the windows just to see if there's anything perhaps lying in wait for us inside.
All the windows look closed and shuttered and dark.
Oh, shuttered too.
Yep.
Well, it looks like the portal shut down.
Well, we should probably find out why. I'll knock. Is it open? Like,
Yes, it does open, and you see one of the servant girls that has always worked with Durnan there, and she says, Master Durnan is expecting you. Please, this way. And she leads you into the great room, which is not completely dark, but let's say it's at 10% light. And sitting on the edge that protrudes out over the hole is Durnan. And he says, "Thanks, Sylvie. I'll take it from here." And he turns, and he's got both of his, like, he's sitting on the slab, and he's got his knees up, and he's got his hands around it. He says, "Evening, adventurers."
I don't think I've ever seen this place closed.
or are you so somber?
Well, how do I say this? I don't leave the tavern open because I need to. You guys have made quite the name for yourselves. You helped me take down that troll that came up through the hole. You've done a lot of good for the city. You're fine adventurers. But this wasn't an invitation. This was a warning. He points to the yawning portal. He says, "The yawning portal's a splendid tavern. And you guys, you're building what seems to be a splendid tavern. But when I knocked Hallister's tower down and built the portal on Undermountain's only surviving gate, I wasn't doing it to seal away some ancient evil. The Undermountain, what's down here," and he points down behind him, "it don't just belong to the Mad Mage. It is him. You'll understand soon enough if you go down there. I did when I first explored those damn tunnels. When Mert and I went down into Undermountain, we came out as rich men, richer than any living soul has a business being. If I'm honest. Now, Mert, he went and bought himself a mansion, made himself a fancy masked lord of Waterdeep. Me, I built a tavern atop the yawning portal. The tower left when I knocked it down. For years, I ran that place, watching adventurers like my younger self go in, seeking their own reward and oft only finding their doom. About a full century ago, I went into Undermountain one last time, and I left the running of the Yawning Portal to my descendants. Till I came up a few years ago with another pack full of treasure and bought the place back from my great-great-great-great-grandson.
I thought you were human, Durnan.
I am.
Ish.
Magic will do a whole lot of things to you. Now, I haven't told anyone what I did down there for the last century, and I'm not keen to say now, but let me tell you this. Things have changed in Undermountain. Something is brewing down there. I can't say if it's a threat to Waterdeep or the North, but if it is, well, it ain't my problem. I'm telling you all this because I know you pretty well, I believe. But I also know your type. You want golden riches, yes, but you also want more. You want to get stronger. You want to unravel mysteries. You want to become something greater. Feels like a lifetime ago, but I've felt all those feelings before. I'm not worried about the whelps who go down the well with a chip on their shoulder. You know, the ones you bet on, Methelus. Just to win bragging rights
too.
For killing a few giant rats in the upper levels. Every now and then one of them gets killed by their own eagle, but they're smart enough or cowardly enough to know when to tuck tail and run, for the most part. But you kids go down there, you won't ever turn back. You're going to end up wanting to kill yourselves to see the secrets of the arcane chambers. He looks at you, Leo. And to speak with the disembodied presence of Hallister's lost apprentice. He looks at you, Methelus. You'll want to see the mystical underground forest of Willowwood and parley with a kind-hearted dragon, and he looks at you, Quark. You want to gaze into the stars and walk upon the surface of Saloon's tears, and he looks at you, Dryzen. I only give warnings once. If you're keen on dying in the darkness, let it be your decision to go down. But don't let your need to thrill get you killed, or your need to see just one more room. I won't be disappointed to see you at my tavern if you do end up going into Undermountain, but I will mourn your descent. And if it ever does come the time that I see you in my tavern to go down the well, I'll make you all a deal. If you make it all the way to Skullport on the Sargoth level, that's the 3rd dungeon level of Undermountain for the record, find a place called the Guts and Garters. Find the proprietor, a tiefling, calls himself Quietude. Remind him that he owes me 100 gold, plus about 20 years interest. I don't care much about the money. I just want to see how the old dog reacts. Come back and show me that you've got what it takes to make it that deep when and if you decide to go down the hole. And you'll have a permanent room and a table in the tap room set aside for your party. No charge ever. At the Yawning Portal.
Oh.
And an invitation to swap stories with me whenever you're back. There's no valor in death. Keep that in mind. Valor is what you make of life. I know you're all terribly busy people, but I appreciate you coming over and listening to an old man for a minute.
Well, I will clap him on the shoulder and tell him, thank you so much, Durnan. You have lit the spark of adventure within me once again.
I should have known that's how that would be received. He shakes his head and stands up. Gives you...
As he does. How skilled were you when you first entered
About level 6. Sorry, couldn't resist. He says, I had a bit of seasoning under my belt. I'd say you lot probably have a little bit more to go.
And I guess it's up to the Emerald Enclave then, with that warning.
Thank you for your kind words of warning, friend.
I've I don't much care for most of the folk in town, but you lot, this probably get me killed, but I kind of like you.
Oh, shucks, darn it. You go turn all rosy.
Hardly. He starts to walk back behind the bar. And he kind of just...
You heard that we revived Volo, right? He's not dead. Just putting it out there.
Yeah. I heard, and believe it or not, I'm actually kind of appreciative of that. He's one of the few people I like. Present company excluded.
Good guy, Volo.
He talks an awful lot, but to be honest, he's done a lot more than most people have. And so I forgive him for a little excessive banter every now and then.
On that note, we'll take our leave. Thanks, Sternin.
He nods.
Minor illusion, each of us jumping into the portal.
Suddenly, as that happens, you see each of the illusions spit back out mangled onto the platform.
You gotta be mean about it, huh? I took the warning, Dernan. I took the warning. I'm not going down right now.
I'm not sure you did, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, I suppose it's off to the Emerald Enclave.
Suppose so.
You
You start your progress towards the Emerald Enclave, and that's where we're going to end our session for tonight because we need to level up to level 5.
Hey.
Bum, bum, bum.
And I've been
3 hours.
What's that?
So it's going to take 3 hours.
It might not. So we might go a little shorter this evening, but I do want to make sure that everybody gets what they're looking for. I want to talk about, what you're thinking towards your builds. There's a lot that is going to happen soon, and I've been really kicking. One of the things I was discussing with Daniel earlier today is I really don't like how this module breaks up milestones, because there's this huge block in the middle where you're just not getting any milestones, even though you're doing all this stuff. And so that will make you a little overpowered for where we go with the third act of this story, which is basically from level 5 to level 20. But at the same time, I'm all right with that. I can always adjust things on the fly, so that's not the end of the world. So this seems like a good natural time to level up, with the caveat that you guys will not level up again for a while because of all the remaining content we have left in this module. So take that to heart, but let's go ahead and level everybody up to level 5.
As long as I get a 3rd level spell, man, I am in it.
Okay. In fact, your questions, I'm gonna actually look it over right now and answer you. Oh no. I see what you're saying.
So you know what the dumb thing was? That first session where I was ready to play and I just wasn't aware that we were taking a week.
Yes.
I spent probably 2 hours going over just about every single spell in that book, if not more. Put it all in a notepad. Gone. No idea where it is.
Oh no.
Yep. So all I have are the text messages I sent to you. essentially.
Okay. Oh no, that's totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nope, that's totally fine. Now, when I don't remember next week what that does, you'll have to have you click the button to remind me.
Sure.
But that is in there. Yeah, so that's totally fine. And the other thing I wanted to do on this stream as well is kind of go over, how you feel your characters are developing. I know, Dryzen, you haven't had much time for that. But still, if there's something you want to swap out or change, I'm open to that. Like I said, I want you guys to be living your best lives in terms of your characters. So I'm not opposed to, if you want to change something, you don't like something, let me know. We'll work through that. But yeah, let's level up. Who wants to start? Don't everybody
I'll
jump
go.
at once. Okay.
I'll go.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Do.
Going to 4th level rogue.
Okay. If it's cool with you, I'm going to do it so that I can show the player. Oh. Shoot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'll have to draw that. Will I draw that screen? No, I'll just add it as a. Hold on 1 second. I think it's that one. Yep, there we go. Oh, are you kidding me? I didn't even draw a screen. All right, everybody. We'll be back with part 2 of our stream, the leveling up process, as soon as I reboot my computer. Thank you for your patience. We'll be back in just a second.
Hey, Daniel, do I